Welcome back to Armed Forager. Today we got a couple of things we're going to try out. We're going to try out the 9mm and the 223/556 laser bore sights, green laser bore sight. Well, they're really kind of chamber sights, and you'll see what I mean. All right, so check these out. This one's the 9mm and it just flips open. It's kind of cool. They got this little foam in there. This one's the 9mm. I believe that's made out of brass. I can't really tell. It looks very brassy, so that's cool. It'll protect that pistol or firearm chamber to 9mm. And then they give you 3 batteries here. Boom, boom, boom. Similar deal with the 556 223 chamber, and you get the 3 batteries on top. And then here it is. So the laser time, I would assume, is better, like time of use, I guess. You know, when you're using the laser and how long the laser lasts before it runs out of battery. Assume it's better for the red laser because it does take a little bit more juice for the green. I'm really interested to see if these do any better or a little bit better than some of the Boresighters that you put on the end of your barrel and twist them in. Those ones that are pretty long-ish, and you can put the different studs on the end and plug them into like a 12 gauge, 223, 10mm, 9mm, whatever, 357 mag. They've got all the adapters that you put on there and then you plug them in. Well, the difficulty that I noticed with those is that it draws kind of a circle after a while. So what I mean by that is if you plug it into your barrel, instead of being directly on target, you can twist it and you'll see that it kind of creates a circle with the laser on your target. And so when you use it over time, the long kind of extended part of it does bend a bit. And so when you plug it into your barrel, you do get kind of a bend to it. I've noticed that with a lot of those ones. And so I'm trying to stay a little bit away from those as I continue with this stuff, but it will get you general access to your target, you know. And you just gotta adjust for the middle of that diameter. But let's check these out. I've heard great things about these, and so I'm very interested to see how these do. We're gonna use a couple of things here, so we're definitely gonna use my 556 build. If you're interested in learning a little bit more about what I did to get this one operable, and if I ran into any hiccups with this, there were a couple of hiccups with this one, but this one is just super reliable now. And I built this on the cheap, so this one is not going to cost you an arm and a leg, but there were a couple of hiccups, and so if you're interested in that, click the video here. We're going to run this as far as the 556 223, and then we'll run the tried and true tested SIG Sauer P365 as far as the 9mm goes. All right, well, first things first, I would really like to sight in this Streamlight laser, this green laser on the end of my pistol here. And so let's try out the 9mm. Looks pretty self-explanatory. You just untwist this guy here, the end of the cap. No biggie, no problem. Let's see which way these batteries go in. Oh yeah, gives you a great diagram. The negative goes toward the laser where the laser comes out. Oh, well, check that out. So I thought these were just single batteries right here. It gives you a stack of 3 in each one. So there's a stack of 3 here in this part. There's a stack of 3 here in this part, stack of 3 here in this part. That is pretty cool. Hey, hats off, Feyachi. This is great. All right, negative toward the front. It just comes right on once you get it in there. Nice little green laser. If you can't see, now you can. All right, let's pop this in the pistol and try to get right on target here. So this firearm is clear. There's nothing in it. Now, there is something in it. Bumps right up to the back of that. Drop the slide. Okay, looks good. Yeah. Next up, pretty easy, bada bing, bada boom. You just point at your target, and wherever your barrel is aiming, where your projectile will come out, that's where the laser is going to come out. And then you just match up your laser however you want to do it. I know everybody's got different ways of doing that, where you're Gonna slave them to your iron. You know, if you're using a red dot on top or a green dot or some kind of reflex system on top that you want the laser to be just under or just over or however you do it. This is just for demonstration purposes. So however you want to do it, that's where you're gonna, you know, put your dot on target. There is a correct way, but I'm not going to get into that. And let me just say, never slave them to your iron. All right, so let's align the dot to the dot. So my windage looks good. And this is a bit difficult to do because it's midday. Yeah, that actually looks perfect to me. So let's test it out. I'm going to try for some headshots, and I don't know, we're about 25, 30 yards-ish. So we're not super far away, but I'm going to put some 9mm rounds in here, and we'll try for some headshots. Let's just put it on target and see what we get. All right, I'm gonna spray it down a little bit. That was definitely user error. I'm gonna spray it down a little bit and we'll see what we can get then. All right, sprayed it down a bit because I was shooting some 22 at this earlier. If you wanna see that video, I converted AR-15 to 22 LR. Put the link right there, but that should help us determine where I'm hitting this thing at with that fresh coat of paint. So, I believe this is a 17 round, so 17 rounds, and let's see what we can do. I pulled that one. Yeah, I pulled that one too. Oh, that's the third one I pulled, right above the head. There we go. Gonna sound amateur, but that is kind of a smaller target there. As far as that little block of a head. Oh, pull that one right above the head. All right, so just firing a few rounds, that wasn't so bad. Primarily user error. The bad guy, just right above the head there, like half an inch. So as far as chambering your bore sight, man, this is the ticket. Let's check out that 5.56 223 chamber sight. All right, so pretty cool, same deal also. You just unscrew the back of it here. This one also has a pack of 3. Thank you, Feyachi. Put that in there like that. Screw it down. And there you go, it's already on. So here's what you do. Go ahead and drop it in the chamber, like so. With no magazine or anything else obstructing it. Go ahead and drop the bolt. I'm gonna ease it on down in there. And there it is. All right, at this point, I'm just getting the distance accuracy. It looks like my red dot is already on target. It just needs a little adjustment. Yeah, so this is pretty nice for that fine tuning. Just a little high on this one too. Elevation was really what needed the adjustment. All right, cool. Yeah, and as far as the red dot is concerned, this thing's pretty cool. It's got the turrets or caps on this that also double as when you flip them over, you can adjust your windage and elevation with them. Pretty cool. And then the caps protect the adjustment, so you don't have to worry about it hitting something and then going out of whack. Magnifier also from Feyachi, and that'll get out of your way if you don't need it. All right, let's see how close we can get. Let's try for headshots all day long on this too. Let's give it a spray. All right, should be dead center, so let's try that head. All right, so just a 20 round mag of this Frontier 5.56 NATO. So this is 55 grain full metal jacket. And this one's traveling at 3,240 feet per second. Usually I stabilize this with a bipod because this one's actually pretty heavy, but for demonstration purposes, let's see how close we can get. There we go. I was pulling the shot just a bit. Okay. Well, I think that says enough. All right, so my kind of final thoughts on this. For a specific chamber, these ones are nice. They're compact. They come in a little box. You got all the batteries you could ever need for it. Does 100 times better, in my opinion, than those longer kind of bore sights that you screw into the end of your barrel. Some of them are great, don't get me wrong, but the majority of the cheaper ones, probably not so excellent. These do the trick. This is what you want. So I've got to say thank you, Feyachi. This one is a winner.